Hello friends, I welcome you all to my channel Third Bridge. So in this presentation, I'll be explaining all about consumer buying behavior, and we will also understand all the factors which influence consumer buying behavior basically. We will discuss the cultural factors, social factors, economical factors as well as psychological factors. So let us first of all start with what exactly is consumer buying behavior. By that definition, consumer buying behavior includes what customers purchase, what they purchase, from where they purchase, how they purchase, and all other factors related to consumers' purchase as well as their consumption pattern. So, clearly, consumer buying behavior includes all the factors which influence all the aspects of consumer buying behavior basically. So there are basically four factors which influence consumer buying behavior. They are cultural factor, social factor, psychological factor as well as economical factor. We will discuss each one of them separately. First of all is cultural factor. Cultural factor can be further divided into sub factors. They are culture, subculture, and social class. Culture influence considerably the pattern of consumption and decision making. Marketers have to explore the cultural forces and have to frame marketing strategies for each category to push the sales. Basically, when we say culture, it is about Indian culture, Chinese culture, German culture, French, or American rather. So, the culture is a broad term rather, which is related to any particular continent or country rather. Each country have their own cultural systems in terms of food habit, clothing, their festivals, and their religions, etc. So marketers, if want to succeed globally, they have to adapt to the culture of any particular country very minutely. Then only they can get success. Then we have subculture. Subculture make up important market segments, and marketers have to design products and marketing programs tailored to their needs. For example, food is strongly linked with culture, while fish is rewarded as a delicacy in Bengal, and Bengalis boast of several hundreds different varieties, whereas in Gujarat, Rajasthan or Tamil Nadu, fish is regarded as mostly unacceptable food item. By that, I mean to say that in under any culture, there are further division of cultures. Like in India, different religions, different subcultures exist basically. They are Hindu, Muslim, Bengali, Punjabi, North Indian, South Indian, uh, Maharashtrian, uh, they are all having different taste, different choices in terms of food, clothing, and other habits they have definitely. So that is why subculture plays very important role in framing the influencing rather the consumers' buying behavior. Then we have social class. Consumer behavior is determined by the social class to which they belong basically. All the social class differ in their buying behavior. For example, upper class consumers want high class food or meant to maintain their status in the society. They also go for high-end car or a car which befits their status in the society basically. So while they make a purchase, they definitely consider their status in the society. This is why social class plays very important role in influencing the consumers buying behavior. Marketers are very keen to frame their segment, do targeting as well as positioning their market offerings, uh, including social class, subculture as well as culture of any country or any continent. This is the basically reason for their success, profitability as well as diversification. Now we have social factors. Social factor includes family, reference group as well as roles. First of all is family. Family member can strongly influence the buying behavior, particularly in Indian context. The taste, likes, dislikes, lifestyle, etc. of the members are rooted in the family buying behavior. For example, if I am using Pepsodent from early childhood, then if I grow up, then also I will be using Pepsodent only. It's most likely rather. And if I am eating a particular food since our early childhood, uh, that sort of taste is developing in my taste buds, and I would rather prefer that sort of foods also only if I grow up. So these are the basically very subtle things which marketers must find out while doing proper STP or positioning or rather branding for their products. Uh, then is reference group. Reference group basically is a group of people who strongly influence the person's attitude, value, and buying behavior directly or indirectly. Every person has their own reference group in terms of friend circle, the role model, and the person by whom he or she is getting more influenced. Suppose I am getting influenced by Mahendra Singh Dhoni, then I would rather go for the products which he is promoting. Or if I am my role model is Ronaldo or my role model is Baba Ramdev, so I would most likely go for the products he is positioning or advertising rather. Similarly, a friend circle. If my friend is using a particular bike or a particular brand of product, and if I am very much impressed or influenced by him, then I would rather likely go for the product or the brand which he is preferring. So it's very likely that a reference group is influencing the consumer's buying behavior. Then we have roles. Role means what position an individual occupies, and behavior of a consumer is basically very much influenced by the status of that individual in family or rather in society. The pattern of consumption is framed basically according to that. Suppose in my family, like I have to purchase a washing machine rather, or an air conditioner or any home appliances, then I would rather go for a person in my family who is using that more and more day in and day out. Basically he or she will have the better understanding of the brand or the product or the performance of that particular product. So what role a person is playing in the family or society definitely influence the buying behavior of that person. Now we have psychological factor. Psychological factor basically plays a very vital role or key role rather in influencing the consumer's buying behavior. I would rather say that almost 80% of the buying behavior of any consumer is dependent on the psychological factor. Basically they are motivation, perception, attitude and belief as well as learning. We will understand each one of them in detail rather. First of all is motivation. To define, motivation is the inner state or pressure to take action to satisfy a need of an individual. Customers have certain motive behind any particular need or want. For example, the motive behind going for a trip or a tour can be entertainment to spare some time out and reduce the stress level of routine life. Yet another example can be choosing MBA or BTech for studies, because if a person wants to join corporate and want to become a business leader or a businessman or an entrepreneur, he would most likely go for MBA rather. And if a person wants to become an engineer, is very much technically driven or influenced by the technology, would rather choose BTech. So that is why motivation is the basic root cause for any development of any need and want. So every marketer must target their communication or develop their marketing strategies as to what motivation level a particular need or want is derived from actually. Then is perception. Perception in marketing is described as a process by which consumers identifies, organizes and interprets information to create meaning. Basically, every marketers develop their marketing communication to create a positive perception in terms of positioning in the mind of consumers basically. So here perception, what a consumer is perceiving, what you are offering doesn't matter as much as what consumers are perceiving about your market offering or your brand rather. So definitely a marketer must develop a positive perception in the mind of consumers by by positioning strategies. Like I say Amul, the taste of India. It definitely develops a perception, positive perception emotionally in the mind of consumer that it's an Indian product which is catering the taste of Indian consumers. Similarly, if I say Patanjali, Swadeshi, so the positioning strategy is as such that consumer's mind a particular type of thought regarding Swadeshi or feeling of his own country develops in his mind regarding the Patanjali products. So that is the basically key aspect of positioning or branding rather, and definitely that matters a lot as far as brand loyalty is concerned, and definitely in long term brand equity, profitability and business diversification of any marketer is concerned. So perception is very important role as far as consumer buying behavior is concerned basically. I have also explained perception in detail in separate video. Then we have attitude and beliefs. Beliefs and attitude. A belief is basically a descriptive thought that a person holds about something. Belief may be based on knowledge, opinion or faith. They may or may not carry an emotional charge. Marketers are very interested in understanding the belief which people carry about their product and services in their heads basically. So and similarly attitude. An attitude is a person's enduring favorable or unfavorable favorable evaluation, emotional feeling and action tendencies towards some object or idea. Attitude leads people to behave fairly in a consistent way towards similar objects. So these all things vary person to person basically. So what attitude a person is developing out of any particular stimuli or any particular marketing communication, that matters a lot. So a marketer must be very much keen about the attitude and beliefs of his target audience to whom he is catering to or for whom he is developing the market offering rather. Then we have learning. This is a very key aspect which influence consumer buying behavior in a big way. Learning involves changes in an individual arising from experiences. This is a result of cooperative interaction with others. Learning theories believe that learning is produced through the interplay of drives, stimuli, cues, responses, and reinforcements. This is a long-term process rather. There are basically four major theories of learning. Number one is theory of classical conditioning. Second one is operant conditioning. Third one is cognitive theory of learning. And the fourth one is social learning theories. So here I want to say that learning is the gradual development of perception, motivation, attitude, beliefs, value system person have or develops in their mind. This is this is resulting from his day in and day out activities, what he listens, what he sees, what type of taste he develops, he is exposed to. These all matters a lot as well as learning is concerned, and the kind of learning which a customer is developing definitely impacts his buying behavior. So marketers must be very much keen to understand as to what all things are developing the learning of a consumer, what all experiences a customer undergoes during his lifetime, and what sort of motivation, perception, attitude, and values he is developing. So, if the marketer understands the consumer's learning process better, he can rather develop the market offering as well as marketing communications in line with the customer's understanding uh, as well as his need and want rather. This is the key to success for any marketer. Then we have economical factors. Personal income, they are basically the personal income, family income, income expectation, savings, as well as liquid assets. The more a person is having personal income, the more he will tend to buy a costly product. An increase in the disposable income leads to an increase in the expenditure on various items, and a fall in the disposable income leads to fall in the expenditure. Definitely, if I am having better income options or better personal income, I would rather go for a high-end product or a high-quality product or brand rather. Uh, then family income. Family income influence the buying behavior of the family in a big way. The surplus family income remaining after the expenditure on the basic needs of the family is made available for buying and shopping foods, durables, and luxuries. Definitely, the more surplus a family does have, the more kind of impulsive buying he or she or that particular person in the family would go for actually. So personal income and family income influences a lot the consumer buying behavior. Similarly, income expectation. Basically, income expectations are one of the important determinants of the buying behavior of an individual. If he expects an increase in the income, he is tempted to spend more on shopping goods, durables, or luxury items rather. So, if I am having an expectation that by the year end my salary would increase by 30%, then if I am purchasing house or a car which I have to purchase on EMI rather. So I'm not going to purchase house or a luxury car or a jewelry every time during my lifetime. So to purchase that product, I go for a product which is befitting my all requirements if the EMI of that product or that house is even higher actually. So if I expect that by year end or by 1.5 year or 2 year my salary or my income will go up, then I would rather go for a product which is high end or befits all my requirements. So income expectation plays very important role, as well as the complex buying behavior is concerned basically, or the products which a customer purchases once or twice in his lifetime. Then savings also plays very important role in influencing the buying behavior of a consumer. A change in the amount of saving leads to a change in expenditure of an individual. If I am having good saving and I need something today, I definitely not think as much as compared to if I'm not having good saving. So basically saving is the key to influence the consumer buying behavior. Similarly, if liquid assets basically. So if I'm having good liquid asset whose liquidity is high, rather like gold have high liquidity or FD have high liquidity as compared to real estate or like insurance rather. So if any emergency arises, then if I'm having a good liquid asset, then I can liquidate that asset easily to purchase that product or face that kind of situation, like medical emergencies or anything which requires immediate money or asset or expenditure rather. So this way liquid asset also plays very much important role in deciding or influencing the consumer buying behavior. This way we have learnt about what all factors influence consumer buying behaviors. They are basically 4 factors. I have already explained in detail. If you want any further example or any further clarification, so please comment in the comment box. Thank you for now.